Hey everybody, welcome back. Basically today we're going to start out with, I've done a little bit of mechanism here, and I have the atomic reconstructor made, and I initially started with a coal generator, but once I was able to get the metallurgic infuser going, I was able to make the energy cube and also the energy pipe, or I'm sorry, the windmills. So this is the newer version of mechanism. So it takes copper now for the simple alloys, and it is 1-to-1 for items. Actually, I think I want to shift that. I hope I didn't just lose all that redstone. Nope, I kept it. Perfect. So this doesn't last quite as long, and it doesn't transfer as much as the energy cube does. So, and plus we have a buffer in the energy cube. So now once that's done, I can actually start to make some upgrades, and we can make a few more of the metallurgic infusers, and that'll help us get set up. So also, I did finally do the infusion, whatever they're called. And we've got, now we're generating, I have my first dirt seeds and inferium seeds, and this is way too small, of course, but it is just temporary. Eventually I want to get this course up to a 9x9. But I did get the mob farm up, finally running correctly. Let's go down there and take a look. It's not great. If mobs get caught up against the glass, this is actually one. I should have been on this block here instead of this one, and I just don't feel like changing it. So some of them will sit there. And I'm noticing some of these things. This is, I don't know if this maybe is a glitch or maybe it'll get fixed, but certain items that are the same item will just be like standalone, right? So we have all these spider eyes, but this one is by itself. And I ran into inferium essence that was the same way. And basically it wouldn't work in the infusion crystals. I actually had to go and get one with, I had to go and get some that was also, that was grouped up. So I know it was the same thing, right? So I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe that's something they're dealing with, and we'll get fixed. But I'm playing this like literally, you know, right when it came out. So there will be some glitches and some issues, I'm sure. But for the most part, actually, I do want to delete that because I don't think it's, and these redstone were the same way. They were just standalone out there like that. So I don't trust that they're actually correct, or that they're not glitched. So yeah, we're getting our infused alloy, and then this will use up all of everything that's in here. And then we can go up to, we can start to do, I don't know if we have enough coal to do steel yet. Yeah, we do. Okay. Let's do 16. Oh, nope. We want to do 48, 24. Yeah. So iron. There we go. So now this, once this is done, we'll do, it's 2-for-1 steel. So the steel has to go through a second time. You get enriched iron the first time, and then you get steel dust out of the second time. So we'll do that next. And as far as, where is my, keep losing my, keep putting my steak away. And actually, let's go ahead and harvest some of that. We got another pumpkin. And I forget what we needed the pumpkins for, but I didn't have it, so I actually made the market and bought pumpkin seeds from the Emerald Muncher. Yeah, see, this is... So, for some reason, some of these are a different mod. They won't stack with the others. And this is what I was saying. So there's some kind of glitch in here. I'm not sure what's happening with items. It may be a JEI issue, but whatever. It is what it is. So let's check on our storage. Oh, we're still... So we've got about 2.5 done. Let's grab some more chests, eh? And some item interfaces. And some cable. No. There we go. So those are now in the system, and those can be used inside our storage network. Let's see, are we done here? Yep. There we go. So we should probably make a couple more metallurgic infusers. Just easier to make a whole stack. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. We kind of need a place to set all this up. And since I'm not able to use the mob farm down in the cave, which is kind of where I would want it, I think that's probably where I'm going to want to put our machines. But the problem is going to be I don't have blaze rods yet, so I can't make ender chests. So anything that I put down here is going to have to be cabled. Probably right about here, up. And of course I can dig down, but that's not the safest thing to do either. But, although, I have the items now to make elevators, finally. So we could do that. There we go. That'll make getting up and down easier. So what we'd want to do is bring everything up into the controller. I hate digging straight down. Let's put that there. Oh, don't do that. Well, that's not too bad. Oh, I'm over one block. Nice. Well, that makes it easier. And I can bring the cable up right next to it. All right, and I'll exit this way. There we go. Nice. Okay. So that makes it easier for actually doing... Oh, wait a minute. How did you get... How did you get water in there? Must have rained while there was no... While there was no, nothing in it. There we go. I was going to say that stopped up my endstone production. The other thing is too. So this this atomic reconstructor I was using for sand to create soul sand. No. 4, 8, 9. Okay, there we go. So we need to make some more. I don't know. So we did pretty well with the. What do we got here? Oh, we made some steel. We got some steel casings, which is what we were making over here. So, yeah. So we want to keep going with our mineral or our metal production, which is sifting gravel. And actually, it's probably a good idea to set up the automation, especially since we've got a couple of wind generators that we can actually do something with. And we can also, excuse me, we can also look at the extracting from Chewy. And that's similar to the cobble gen. Why are you? Oh, I have too many other open slots on my. Or not enough open slots in my inventory. There we go. All right, so some of these I'm not going to be able to put in. I have to go back and pick them up. This really does do a pretty amazing job at manually sifting stuff. It's pretty crazy how much material we get out of basically a stack of compressed cobble. It's pretty nuts. All right. Now I also redid this over here. And so this here is just a backstop for what we're dropping in. And so basically whatever we want to put to smelt, we drop up top, and it pulls into these, puts the finished items in here. And I have a drawer back there, I don't know if you can see it, with mini coal in it. So that basically, as long as we have mini coal in there, it'll feed those furnaces, and anything we want, we can put up in the top. Now I haven't been doubling the ore. I've just been dropping it in there because we've had so much success with the sifting. It's just as easy to do it that way. I'm actually think I'm going to do I'm going to do some sand. All right, and I also don't need a lot of this stuff. Okay, so the first one we're going to take to sand, and the second one we're going to go all the way to dust. All right, so we got the sand. Let's go ahead and sift that. We'll come back up, sift the... Oh, what the... That was weird. I probably will save... No, maybe I'll do that later. I'll do a little bit more just sand. And the reason I do that is because sand, when we convert it to this... what am I trying to say? When we convert it to soul sand, gives us... When we sift that, it gives us netherwort, gas tiers, I think blaze as well. Prosperity shards, which we need for the mystical agriculture seeds. Nether quartz. So a lot of things that we actually need. Oh, that was it. But the sand we get like prosperity shards, or not prosperity, but we get certus, we get fluorite, cactus, charged certus, uraninite. So there's quite a bit here. Even all the modium nuggets, which is pretty cool. Oh, man. I put the infusers in here. There we go. There's our steel dust. And this is done with a round robin. And so we have as fast as we can get right now until we get to netherite, but it's also doing round robin. So anything we put in here gets cooked pretty quickly. So actually we are going to need some green dye. So we'll go ahead and cook up some cactus. Basically, when we go to make the fertilescence for the lily pad of fertility, we need green dye. And so we haven't gotten as many catalyzing glands as I would like, so the fertilescence is going to be pretty low, pretty limited, but not terrible yet either. So let's... is thermal in here? No. Well, I was hoping that we were going to have a better way of handling tree production, you know, like maybe bonsai farms or bonsai pots or something similar, but apparently not. So we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Okay, that may be enough. So we're going to need a bunch of sticks. $47. All right, so in order to make the cable for integrated, we need, I think it's 6. Oh no, it's only 2. We need more. Okay, we need more mineral chunks. Okay, that's fine. So let's look at the mechanical squeezer and what we need there. So we actually don't have enough. Okay, well that stinks. We have to do some more jumping. So we need a button. And we need mineral. We need the logs. Okay, I don't think we need a whole lot here, but whatever we can do here. I think we'll do 8, and that should be plenty. So we need 2 for each battery because we need 2 batteries. Plus, I'll just do an extra couple. All right, so that's 7, and we'll do 1 more. Oh. All right, so we need 2 obsidian. So buckets. All right. Should probably find a quicker way of producing obsidian, I think. All right. So unfortunately, okay, I guess this is the front, right? There we go. Nice. All right, so now we can make men roll quick. Look at that. It is just cranking out the mineral. So that'll make it easier for us to actually make a bunch of our cable to run down into the cave area. The other problem is going to be getting power down there. So we're going to have to set up some wind generators, probably maybe right outside. Maybe right out there somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, could work. Because we're going to have to get power in there. And this is janky at best and probably just temporary. But so the only problem with it is the lower you go in elevation, the less effective the wind generators are. So that's unfortunate. All right. So basically, is it nighttime yet? There we go. But yeah, so they don't do as well when they're lower, but we are on a sky island. So we're at elevation 98. And so I'm sure that by the time we get down to that area, it's not going to be terrible. I'd like to be able to get what we're going to get out of out of the mob farm and then just kill it, because it's just so janky. It's not worth it, and it's just ugly. All right, so we have quite a bit. Let's make some crafting interfaces so we can do some auto crafting. All right, so crafting interface. All right, so cable. So we'll put one there, put one there, and I guess up top. There we go. So now we can make some crafting recipes. So we need a logic programmer. We'll make that a portable one. And we need some variable cards. All right, so we open the logical programmer by right-clicking it, and then go to recipe. And then over here, we can do mineral chunks from a block. So we put a variable card in there, and we come bring it out, and it's configured with that recipe. So we can also do oak planks. All right, we can make crafting tables. And we can make our crafting interfaces to make our lives easier moving forward. Okay, and then that is going to require these two cards. And it's also going to require pistons, sticky pistons. All right. So the only problem is we filled up pretty much one of the interfaces with recipes. So as long as you get a green check, it should be good. So to make one of those, Okay. And then we need a variable card recipe. And also we should make the paper recipe. There we go. There we go. So now if we do another crafting interface, that should have everything without having to come out of the pocket, out of the inventory, out of our handheld inventory. Nice. So, all right, that works good. Now let's figure out what we're going to do downstairs. So basically we're going to have to go up this column here, this one here. All right, well, I guess why not right here? So bringing the power in is going to be tricky, but not impossible. Okay, I really hope moving this doesn't destroy all of the power that's in there. Oh, looks like it doesn't. All right, perfect. So, whoop. I like free buttons. All right. So let's do a little bit of reforming here. All right, so we put the battery there. I think this is the block. Yep. All right, so now how do we hide the cables coming in? Not going to be much hiding. Unfortunately. I mean, I could theoretically bring them up. Could go underground right here. And then come down here. Yeah, so I tell you what, I am going to pause. And, whoop. I'm going to pause, and then I'll bring you back once I've got that basically routed from the wind generators. Then we can actually make some more wind generators, kind of keep up with everything. And we're going to have to know for sure, or we're going to have to be able to make for sure the energy upgrades inside for the machines inside the mechanism. So you know, I wonder how close are we to the bottom. Not too bad. So I am at 78. So 78, and I need to get down to 74. Great. Okay, so as long as we don't go any lower, okay, and I need to go to 4138. Okay, I still have to get my numbers here. $41.58. I know I said I was going to pause, but oh, it's the 55 number. Okay, I'm at the wrong number. $58. Oh, so we're almost there. $58. There we are. So we have a good tunnel. Excellent. All right. I don't think we have near enough pipe for it, though. Ah. All right. So we're getting close, though. Nice. Okay. Now we just need to make sure that this is hooked up and that we are extracting where'd you go? There you go. There you are. Nice. Now, that's kind of jank. I might be able to clean that up a little bit. I wish these guys would do a facade option. Okay, so we're outputting on the right side now, and we all have happy energy. Yay. All right. Now the nice thing is we can make more wind generators. Then we can just kind of add to the top level here. So that makes perfect sense. All right, don't need any of this stuff. Okay, let's make some recipes here. So we're going to do cable. Oh wait, I think we already did that, didn't we? Nope. Okay, so that's a good one to have. Actually, the power cable, the power pipes, it's a good one to have. And also the redstone block. The wind generator itself. All right, and then these. All right, and then I have some gold that is in block form already. So we'll do that. All right, so let's do some osmium, redstone, okay. Okay, I think we might be able to make another wind generator with close to what we have. Oh, we do. I wonder if we can make another. Sweet. All right. So now once we get some more of these basic control circuits, Mr. Pig, how did you end up there, sir? All right. Oh, these stack now. Nice. That's excellent. All right, so we're generating, down here, we're generating 58 FE per tick by 5. So 250 FE per tick. Could be worse, could be better. This is keeping up with that without any actual upgrades. And so, yeah. That seems to be working pretty well. I guess the only thing left is to make enough cable. Oh, is it giving me 100 by 3? Oof. Okay, gotta remember that. Should have looked at that. Wasted a lot of mineral. Okay, so I don't know how far we're gonna Nope, not that far. You know what? Let's not put it there. Let's make that wrench. Okay, so we have the pipe run along the bottom. Oh, we don't have that. Okay. All right, so now we have, so we can use pipes. All right, so I'm not going to be able to fully automate this until we get to either integrated dynamic or AE2 or refined storage. So, but however, I can do an item interface in a barrel right here. Oh, there's a barrel right there. Okay. So barrel there. Actually, no. That should be an item importer. Nice. So now we just do import all items and it pulls them in. Perfect. Sweet. So that basically gives us now the ability to, so we're gonna do this this way. So it's going to export out the back. Now up on top, I'm going to import into each one. Okay, so, okay, I don't know why I put this here. It's really stupid. There we go. All right, you know what? This is silly. Okay, so I need 3 more. I thought there was several down here, but apparently it's just that one. Why isn't it picking up? Okay. All right, so this is going to be items from the top input and from the bottom output, eject on. Same thing for all of them. Input, output. Oh, actually, that needs to be extra. Because the extra puts it in this slot here. This is the yellow interface. So this is like the redstone or whatever that each one of them needs. Okay. I forgot, because these are going to want to put them in. These are going to want to put them into the sides next to them as well. So we need to clear them all before you actually make the changes. Oh, and we need to make sure eject is on. Eject is on. Nope. Eject is on. Eject is on. All right, so that should be the correct configuration for everything. Now, here's the only rub, is the upgrades. We're not going to be able to do speed upgrades, unfortunately. 5 generators, 5 windmills are not enough to generate enough to do the speed upgrades, but we can do the energy upgrades, and it'll lower the cost of the actual processing. So we can do that in an. Okay, let's do some variable cards. All right, Um, all right, so we're going to need glass for these. So add mechanism upgrades. We'll do the speed one, even though... Oop, we won't be able to use them. Energy. Okay. And I just lost the speed upgrade because I put it back in. What? All right. So we need actual glass as well, and I don't think we have hardly any. Oh, also... Nope, that's not what we want. We want the... and the osmium one. All right. Let's see if they're there. Nice. They are. Okay. Okay, so that recipe doesn't work. Is it because we don't have a hammer? Nope, we have a hammer. There we go. So we can do 8 in each machine. So we can start with these 2 on the end. There we go. Now, so these will be the most efficient out of each of them. Why are you stalled, though, with energy? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. That's the output. That's energy. There we go. Okay, so calling this input, or calling it energy, doesn't do anything unless you're inputting on the energy tab. Okay, so energy tab input, energy tab input. There we go. Now they should be operating correctly. Sweet. And you can see these will now store 80 instead of 8 on these. So that's what the energy upgrade does for you. All right. So I think that's probably a good place to call it quits. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time.